Marigold, Book 5, Class 5, Unit 1, Wonderful Waste. Welcome to Hindi Kalakendra. If you are new to our channel, then please click on the subscribe button to get more of your desired content. Turn on the notifications by clicking on that bell near the subscribe button so that you get notified the earliest and fastest whenever we upload new content. If you love our content, then please share our channel with your friends and family members. Now, without wasting more time, let's get learning. Dear children, did you know that a part of the rubbish you toss into your garbage bin can be reused to serve some other household purpose? For example, you can make a pen holder out of a can, or you can make some bottle hangers out of a broken bottle. This way, you can save yourself money by using these as substitute items. In this chapter, we will see how a cook put vegetable waste to good use. Now, let's read the chapter. Wonderful waste. Waste can be quite useful. Find out for yourself from this story. Once, the Maharaja of Travancore ordered a grand dinner in his palace. Maharaja is a king, and Travancore is a place in Kerala. Grand means huge or big. So, the king of Travancore ordered a huge or a big dinner in his palace. In the afternoon, before the dinner, the Maharaja entered the kitchen to survey the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. Now, what does survey mean? Survey means to check upon something or inspect it. So, before the dinner started in the afternoon, the king himself went to the kitchen to see or check on the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. What are you going to do with those vegetable scraps? Vegetable scraps. Scraps mean waste piece of an object. So, a scrap can be that of a paper, a metal, or vegetable. He asked the cook, pointing to the basket of scraps near the cook. So, there was a basket of vegetable scraps near the cook, and the Maharaja came and asked him what is he going to do with these vegetable scraps. The cook replied, "They are waste. We will throw them away." So, the cook said that these scraps are a waste and he is going to throw them away. You cannot waste all these bits and pieces of vegetables. Find a way to use them. The Maharaja commanded sternly and walked away. Commanded means to give an order, and sternly means strictly or firmly. So, the king ordered him sternly that you should find a way to use them and not waste these bits and pieces of vegetables. So, the cook was in a fix and kept staring at the vegetable scraps for some time. Now, what happened after the king ordered him and went away? The cook was confused as to what is he supposed to do now with these scraps. So, he kept looking at the scraps when suddenly an idea flashed across his mind. Suddenly, what happened? He got an idea to use them. So, he took all the vegetable bits, washed them, and cleaned them well. Now, what did he do when he got the idea? He took the vegetable bits, he first washed them and then cleaned them well. Then he cut them into long strips. He put them in a huge pot and placed it on the fire to cook. Now, after washing and cleaning these bits and pieces, he took them and cut them in long strips, and then he put them in a huge pot and placed it on the fire. Now he is going to cook these bits and pieces. Next, he ground some fresh coconut, green chilies and garlic together. Now, what does ground mean? It means to crush or grind something hard to make it into a powder form. So, he crushed and grinded the fresh coconut, the green chilies and the garlic together and made a paste out of it. Now, he added this paste and some salt to the cooking vegetables. There were vegetables cooking in the pot, so he added this paste to the pot. A tempting smell started coming from the pot. Now, what does tempting mean? Tempting is appealing to or attracting to someone. Now the smell was so attracting after cooking the vegetables that started to come from the pot. Now he whipped some curd and added it to the curry. Now whipped means that eggs, cream or other food beaten into a thick matter. For example, while making whipping cream, we beat the milk or the curd to make it a thick paste like this. So he whipped some curd and added it to the curry. Now this curry, which was giving such an attractive smell, he added the thick paste of curd to it as well. Then he also poured a few spoonfuls of coconut oil and decorated the dish with curry leaves. So what did he finally decorate the dish with? He put some spoonfuls of coconut oil and then decorated the dish with curry leaves. Lo and behold, the new dish was ready. The cook served this new dish to the guests that evening. Now what happened? The dish was ready after all his preparations, and he served this new dish to the guests that came in the evening for the dinner at the palace. Everyone was eager to know the name of the new dish. The cook thought and thought. Then a name came to his mind. Now, why was everyone eager to know the name of the dish? Because they hadn't eaten it before. This was the first time they were eating this dish. So they asked the cook what was the name of the dish. So the cook thought and thought. He kept thinking what should he name the dish. And suddenly a name came to his mind. He named it Avial. Avial is pronounced at A-V-L. Avial. So Avial became famous all over Kerala and is now one of the dishes in a traditional Kerala feast. So now this cook's dish, that is Avial, it became famous in Kerala and it's one of the dishes used in the traditional Kerala feast. And imagine, it all came from a basket of waste. And see, this traditional Kerala feast's dish came all from a basket of waste vegetable pieces. How wonderful, isn't it? New phrases. In a fix, a situation hard to escape from. Flash across the mind. Suddenly think of. Lo and behold. Look, what a surprise. Traditional feast. A hearty meal for many guests served on a special occasion. Now let's do some question answers of the chapter A Wonderful Waste. What were the preparations in the palace for? The preparations were for a grand feast at the palace. Why did the Maharaja go into the kitchen in the afternoon? The Maharaja went into the kitchen in the afternoon to make a survey of the dishes being prepared for the dinner. What had the cook planned to do with the vegetable scraps? The cook had planned to throw away the vegetable scraps. Ingredients are the things that are used to make a dish. Circle the ingredients of Avial in the box below. First, let's see what all ingredients are given. Chilies, groundnut, wood, vegetable scraps, coconut, roasted peanuts, curd, pot, garlic, broken bangles, basket and curry leaves. So, what were the ingredients used to make Avial? They were chilies, vegetable scraps, coconut, curd, garlic and finally curry leaves. State whether the following are true or false. The king had ordered a dinner in the palace. True. No one had heard of or tasted Avial before. True. The cook had planned to make another dish using the vegetable scraps. False. Why is the third option false? Write down in the comments below. A recipe is a list of directions to prepare a dish. The following sentences are not in order for preparing Avial. Number them in the correct order. So, these directions here are given to prepare Avial, but they are not in the correct order. The first one has been told to us. Let's find out the others. Wash and clean the mix of vegetable bits. This is the first direction. Next, it's cut the vegetable scraps into long strips. After that, grind some coconut, green chilies and garlic. Then, we must whip some curd and mix it in. After that, pour some coconut oil on top. Finally, decorate with curry leaves and avial is ready. Given in the box are some things that children do after they reach home from school. Choose 5 things that you do when you reach home from school. Write them in order. Now let's see what all children do after they come back home from school. Pack the school bag, read a storybook, sleep for a while, do the homework, go to play, put away school bag, chat with mummy about school, wash up, watch TV, change out of school uniform and finally have lunch. So, what all do you do? First, put away the school bag, then have lunch. After that, sleep for a while, wash up and change out of school uniform. These are the 5 things that I used to do when I used to come home from school. Now, let's write them in sentences and arrange them in the order. First, I put away the school bag. Then, I change out of the school uniform. Next, I wash up. After that, I have lunch. And finally, I sleep for a while. You can write whatever you do after you come from school. The Maharaja was a wise man and ordered the cook to use the vegetable scraps instead of throwing them away. Name some of the things which are thrown away at home or in school. So, at home we throw away vegetable scraps and leftover food. And at school we throw scraps of paper and pencils, shavings or etc. similar items away. Sit in groups of 4 and think of interesting ways in which they can be made useful. You can do this with your classmates or you can take the help of your family members. Put up your findings on the class board. Pair work. Some words have more than one meaning. For example, point. The word point means as a noun, it means a dot in print or writing, full stop, decimal, the number you score in a game. But as a verb, the word point means to show or call attention to something. Look up the following words in the dictionary. They may have more than one meaning. List these meanings. These are the words that are supposed to find more about. Ground, survey, scrap, sternly and tempting. So let's start with ground. Ground. As a noun, it means the solid surface of the earth. As a verb, it means to prohibit or prevent a pilot or an aircraft from flying. Survey. As a noun, it means a general view, examination or description of someone or something. But as a verb, it means investigate the opinions or experience of a group of people by asking them questions. Scrap. As a noun, it means a small piece or amount of something, especially one that is left over after the greater part has been used. This is the same way as how the vegetable had been used, but its small pieces were kept and they are called as scrap. Verb. Discard something that is usually a waste piece. Sternly. As an adverb, it means in a serious and severe manner. Tempting. As an adjective, it means appealing to or attracting someone even if wrong or unwise. Even if something is not right, it still feels attracting or pulling to someone. Make new words by adding or dropping a few letters from the root word. Some are done for you. That is ed, ing, er and est. These are the words that we are supposed to add the root word to make a new word here. So what are the words that we are supposed to use? Pound, try, large, new, tasty, wise, stare and clean. Now some boxes have crosses in them. This means This word given here, that is pound, cannot be joined with the root word er to make a new word, which is not possible. So there's a cross over there in the box. But we can make new words in the empty boxes. So let's start with pound. Adding ed to pound makes it pounded. Adding ing makes it pounding. We cannot make words with er and est, so let's leave that. Next is try. The first one has been done, tried. The second is trying. Now we can't make words with large and ed or ing, so we'll go to er and est. Larger, largest. Same for new, newer and newest. This one can be made for all four of them. So tasty can be said as tasted, tasting, tastier and tastiest. Wise can only be made wiser or wisest. Stare can be made stared or staring. And finally clean can be made into cleaned, cleaning, cleaner and cleanest. Do any of these words use all of four endings? Yes. Tasty and clean use all of the four endings. Name food that is made in your home. First, for a feast or festival. For a feast or festival, kheer, churma, ghevar, gajar ka halwa, etc. are made at my home. You can write the dishes that are made at your home. When you are unwell. When I am unwell, my mom makes tomato soup or porridge for me. You can write what your mom makes for you. Every day. Every day, I eat chapati or curry with sabzi and rice, etc. You can write what is made at your home every day. Share the information with your friends. Avial is a dish made in Kerala. Do you have a similar dish in your state made from a mix of many vegetables? What is it called? A similar dish is called vegetable jalfrezi in my state, that is Rajasthan. Note down the ingredients used to make it. The ingredients for this dish are 2 tomatoes, 1/4 cup cauliflower florets, 1/4 cup thick carrot slices, 1/4 cup French beans, 1/4 cup green peas, 1/4 cup red pepper, 1/4 cup of shredded cabbage and 1/4 cup paneer, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon red chili powder and half teaspoon of garam masala. Now write down the recipe. After that, present attractively and display on the class board. So let's write down the recipe. Procedure is: cut the tomatoes in quarters and put that into a blender to make it into a puree. Put tomato puree in saucepan, bring it to boil and simmer for 20 minutes. After all the moisture from tomatoes has evaporated, add brown sugar to that and mix well. Now take cauliflower and carrots in a microwave safe dish, add splash of water, cover and microwave for about a minute. Now heat up 2 tablespoons of oil, add ginger garlic paste and cook for a minute. Then add cooked carrots and cauliflower and cook for 2 minutes. Then add green beans, red pepper, mix and cook for 2 minutes. Add paneer, green peas, mix and cook for 2 minutes. Add tomato paste, red chili powder, garam masala, coriander powder, cumin powder, add a splash of water and then mix well. Add shredded cabbage and then mix it well again. And cook everything together for 5 to 8 minutes. Garnish with coriander leaves and your vegetable jalfrezi is ready. So what did we learn today? We learned that waste objects can be used in a creative manner. Avial was made in Kerala for the first time in a grand feast. Avial is made out of vegetable scraps. Not everything is waste, some can be used thoughtfully too. We learnt new phrases today. Then we solved questions and answered them. After that, we did some fun activities related to Avial, such as finding the right order on how to make the dish Avial, discussed what we do after coming home from school. Then we wrote the ingredients and procedure of a recipe made in our respective state. Finally, click that like button and turn that black thumb blue if you enjoyed the lesson today. Don't forget to comment down below your suggestions and opinions. We would gladly accept them and reply as soon as possible. And if you are new to our channel or haven't subscribed already, then what are you waiting for? Quickly click on that red subscribe button to get more amazing content. Don't forget to check out your class's Hindi chapters. Link will be in the description box below. Thank you for learning this lesson with me. Hope you enjoyed.